Hey guys, it's DoodleTay, and today is Splatter Paint Saturday. So I'm going to be doing what's called a pour painting. Now this is a unusual technique, but also really fun, especially for people who maybe are apprehensive about playing with paint or actually like using brushes and doing a full-blown painting. This is very easy. You really can't mess it up. Very simple steps. So yeah, we're going to get started. It's honestly a pretty messy style of painting, I will say. So definitely come prepared. I got this little tarp thing from like the dollar store just to lay down on the inside of the pan there that I got as well from the dollar store. So you see, this is a really cheap type of painting, but it turns out really cool. Alright. I'm going to line it on the pan just because it's easier to, once the paint's dry, just rip this plastic out from that pan than try to reuse it with it continually building layers of paint. So and I might have went a little too short. That's okay. That's why I have tape, and you can put layers down. Oh, what's up, homie? Hi, Ty. I did text you. What? You text me? I haven't been able to check my phone, to be honest with you. What's up, man? Do you need something? That's interesting. They put a whole sticker on masking tape. I'm gonna have a mess here by the end of this stream, but that's okay. As long as Autumn doesn't get into it. Where's the beginning? Alright. There we go. I don't know if Jail knows how to fix that, but I could certainly find out here in a second. Womp womp womp. Sorry, man. I really don't care if like paint gets up on the edges and stuff like that. It's mainly just like the base and being able to, like I said, just rip the whole thing out once it's dry. So I'm sorry you're lost, man. Did you try Googling it? See if there's like a step-by-step. Attack of the tape. This may look a little ridiculous now, but it's kind of loose. Once the paint starts to fill in here, though, it'll get flat to the pan. Now I purposely got a longer tray like this just because I knew the sizes of my canvas. Today I believe I'm going to be using a 8x12, an 8x12 canvas. So not too big, but big enough to still see the cool designs and like patterns that'll come out of this type of painting. Nice! You got your video recorder. Are you gonna start streaming, like gaming or something, or? Okay, I think that's pretty good. I might put a little piece here. Alright. Here is said canvas. Like I said, just an 8x12, and it fits in here perfectly. What we're going to be doing. Alright, move the paints out of the way for a second. Now, there's several different types of... What's up? There's several different types of recipes, I guess is what they're called, for this type of painting or style, the pour painting. Personally, I took down a recipe a couple years back when I first started doing this, and it worked really well for me, so that's what I'm still going to use today. And it's essentially just 1 part acrylic paint, and then you're going to mix that with 2 parts Elmer's glue-all. And specifically, it's Elmer's glue-all, not just the regular like Elmer's school glue. And for some reason, I know it's important, I just don't remember why. I think it's essentially just because this is more fluid. It's going to help to be a binder when you mix in your water. But so yes, it's 1 part acrylic paint, 2 parts Elmer's glue-all, and then you're going to put a little bit of half a part of distilled water and mix it all. So essentially when it says part, it's depending on how much you're pouring of each, each thing. So if you're putting in like a 1/4 part of paint, then you're going to do double that for your glue, and then half of a 1/4 of water. So that's all that means. Let's see. Now's the fun part. I get to pick what colors I'm going to use in this piece. I got lots of paints to choose from too, so that's nice. Let's see. I know I have, I think, some metallic paints in here that I think would be pretty cool to use since I haven't tried them yet with this style. Should get like a paint organizer. Okay, cool. That, and... Alright, so we're going to do this kind of teal metallic color, a purple metallic color, and a green metallic color. We'll see how this works out. I usually, we are going to use another color. I forgot. We're going to use white. And usually what you do is you'll pour white down first in the center of your canvas, or however you're going to do your design concept. But essentially that's going to help for when you layer your paints that you've already mixed to still fill up the entire canvas. It's runny, it's fluid, but I don't know, I think when you add the white on there first, it helps to let your whatever design naturally flows out onto your canvas stay instead of just spilling right off. So we'll go ahead and do that too. That sounds exciting, Ty. Good for you, man. Hopefully help spread some positivity then for other people, or at least let them kind of have a comparison of what they're going through. to what you're putting up. That's nice. I like that. Alright. So I need my empty cups. We're gonna do the white first. I'm realizing now I have too tiny of a desk. One love. One love. Alright. I don't have a very big canvas, so I actually don't have to do too much paint. Hopefully I have enough white for this. Oh yeah. Okay, so I think that's about all I'm going to get out of this tube. But I definitely have more white paint, so it's not a problem. Huzzah! Definitely have more white paint. Just make sure it is acrylic, so we're good to go. Okay. And then we're going to do 2 parts of the Elmer's glue all. Up to there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this part first. And usually you can get like popsicle sticks or something, or stirrers to do this. I didn't get any, so I'm just going to use the ends of my paintbrushes. It'll work. Just kind of mix that up first. And essentially, after you've added everything and you're mixing it, you want the paint to kind of be the consistency of like pancake batter in a way. So if you have that kind of texture at that point, then you've definitely gotten the recipe right. Okay, I'm gonna add some water. And I always go light first with the water, and then if you need to add more, just because you can always add more and you can never take back. I actually think I might need to add a little bit more glue. Maybe not. It's actually pretty good. And I'm just using regular like translucent plastic cups. You can get any size that you want, especially when you go into actually putting the paint on the canvas. There's different techniques. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for answering questions. Yes, I am streaming mainly on YouTube. I'm not quite sure yet what plans are for Twitch at this moment, but I'm focusing mainly on YouTube right now. So I'm here on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Those are my stream days, and it's usually 7 p.m. Eastern to 10 o'clock is when I stream. So, and we usually do doodles, but I think I'm going to turn my Saturdays into splatter paint Saturdays to kind of get a break from that and just do something fun and different. Okay, so we have white done. and essentially just repeating this process for each color that you have. So again, 1 part paint, which I actually think it might just be so much faster to do that. I am blonde, guys. Bear with me. Ooh, I think these are actually going to be really cool to see once the cells develop. Just because it's a shiny paint. Or it could turn out horrible. But we'll see. The glue. And welcome, Eric. I feel bad I didn't even say hello. Just kind of read your comment. I hope you're having a good Saturday. It's pretty cool to watch it all kind of come together. Awesome. And just add some water. And hopefully get that pancake consistency. Pancake batter consistency. Perfect. I've actually seen people recommend that when you're doing this, you do like primary colors, because when they all mix together in a way, they sort of then make subset colors that you didn't have before. So it's really cool to see just different types of paintings you can accomplish just by changing your color scheme. When are we working out again, Eric? I mean, I was thinking maybe going tomorrow if you wanted to go. Maybe not super early. I would like to sleep in for once. But yeah, in the morning, maybe tomorrow if you're down.
You have reached the voicemail box of Kino.
This is such a pretty color. This is probably one of my favorites. I'm going to be streaming here until 10. 10 o'clock is usually when I tap out. You have work in the morning tomorrow, Eric? No. No. Well, I have got at night, and it's the final episode, so like, honestly, any time during the day, as long as it's before that.
The person you're trying to reach is not available right now.
Alright, I will get a hold of you. Let's make sure I wipe that clean. That's awesome.
If you need further assistance,
I didn't even know I could do that. We've found out you can stream to the, what is it, the Google Home? That's pretty cool. Technology. It's insane.
Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's almost getting there. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do that's a little bit different than some of the recipes that you may find if you decide to kind of go and search and look up different types. I'm going to add some silicone, liquid silicone drops, probably about 2 or 3 to each paint cup that I have. And what that's going to do is essentially develop these really cool cells that'll pull through on the canvas. And then I also have a heat gun, which I've never used before, so we'll see how that goes. But apply some heat to that, and apparently once you heat the paint up with that silicone being in it, it'll start to develop more cells and create a really cool design. So I'm curious to see it happen firsthand. And we have one more to get to. Actually, just pour the paint. That's a really pretty green. That was 1 part paint, 2 parts glue. And once you have these paints finished of whatever you're going to be using, the hardest part comes next. And that's kind of deciding how you want to go about applying your paint to the canvas. I've done a what's called a dirty pour before on a canvas. I've also done flip cup on a canvas, and essentially it's kind of just like the luck of the draw of what happens to your canvas at that point. But I think that's the beautiful thing about this kind of painting, is that there's literally no room for error. I mean, as long as you have the decent consistency you're looking for in your paints, you can't go wrong. You could literally just dump this all over the canvas and see what happens. because it's gonna move and it's gonna run off, so. Alrighty, we're gonna add some more water. Alrighty, done with that. Okie dokes. And then, like I said, I'm going to add a few drops of silicone to each cup of paint. I made a little bit more of my white than any other color just because I'm going to utilize the white, I think more of my accent in between colors, so. A stir-in stick. Came prepared, have an entire roll of paper towels for this purpose. Because I know myself and I am messy. That's okay. Mix up the next one. And I'm looking at my canvas sitting in my tray, and I have a feeling I'm probably going to have to lift up some of those taped edges and get that plastic liner to kind of lay a little bit flatter, just because I don't want the paint to run off and then just lump up at the side or possibly spill back over on top. So, ooh, actually, you know what? It won't even be a problem. We're going to MacGyver this, guys. I'm going to put some cups underneath the canvas and set that on top so it has nowhere else but to run off over the edges. We'll see if that works. You can kind of tell too if you have the right consistency with your paint, just by if it's how it's running off or whatever you're using to stir. Like this, it kind of just drains right off like that, and that's exactly what you want. But it's not too runny; it's just gonna not stick to anything. was a scary moment. Just want to make sure I had all that purple paint off before I just stuck that into the way. Could have had a nice light purple to add to that. We got lucky. It's looking good. Actually, I need a new napkin already. I have a feeling this whole roll of paper towels is probably going to be gone. Or at least halfway gone by the time I'm done with it. Alright, now, paint is done. It is ready to go. Oh, it's an extra large roll too? Oh my goodness. Okay, well yeah, no. Now I'm kind of doubting myself. I'll probably use like a quarter of it. If it was regular though, probably halfway gone. Alright, let me adjust this real quick. I still just don't want it to like pool underneath. But I do like that idea. I think I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna put some cups underneath the bottom. Make sure they'll be able to sit flat on there. Much better. Okay. I'll just stack them probably like this. And hopefully, as long as Autumn doesn't jump on this table, it should be okay. Yeah, let's see. Looks pretty cool. Make sure this is stable. It's not going to slide and move around when I go to start pouring paint on it. Alright. Now, like I said, this is the hard part of deciding how or what style you're going to want to do. I think what I'm going to do first is just pour some of this white, however I feel like on the canvas. You can really do whatever you want. I think that's the best part. Like I said, is there's no wrong way to do it. You see how it's just running off? Perfect. I'm gonna put some more in here. Can that line up? Should probably lay some napkins for the runoff. There we go. Now I have a place to sit all that down. Aww. My kitty cat apparently fell asleep inside of her little box. So that's adorable. She's the cutest little thing. Only when she's sleepy, or when she is sleeping. That's for sure. Alright, so now for these guys. Let's go ahead and fill in. And I think I'm just going to keep creating a ring in here. It's going to help push all that other paint off. Alrighty, and I still have some white here. Now the cool part about this is that you are going to get your hands dirty, in a sense. So I'm going to pick up the canvas, I'm going to start to tilt, kind of get that excess to run off. Let's make sure it's putting it on every side. For it to go back towards the top. It's a little dangerous, but there you go. Ah! Alrighty, so it looks like we've gotten all the corners covered. I'm afraid to actually put my hand down and wipe it on this napkin. Okay. Ah, there it goes. Be very careful, guys. I suggest wearing like old clothes or something, because you are going to get paint probably everywhere. That's okay, but you don't want to ruin good clothes. Or at least you better have some good detergent to get it out. I like the colors. Seems to have come together pretty well. That's a cool little swirl, little circle in there. Alright, now I'm going to try something I've never done, and that is use a heat gun. Hopefully this isn't too complicated. I don't think it will be. We do have it plugged in, and it looks like there's literally one button. It's so simple. I was terrified for no reason. You'll see some of these little cells start to kind of pop up. I'm gonna kick it up. Keep it on low. I don't want to go too crazy. Wow, these little bubbles popping up. This is pretty cool. There we go. Brought some of the whites back up to the surface that was underneath there. All right. It's a glorified hair dryer. You're absolutely correct. Uh, honestly, you probably could use a hair dryer, but I feel like the whole point of using like a actual heat gun is for the sake of having control over how hard it's obviously coming out onto the paint. Obviously, you don't want to just fling it everywhere, and it being so fluid, that would probably be a risk that you're going to run if you use a hair dryer instead of a heat gun. It's actually smoking a little bit, so it's kind of terrifying me right now. I hope I didn't just like break it. We'll see. So this is turning pretty interesting, and I don't know if maybe it was a result of the heat gun itself, but it almost kind of made like bubble pockets underneath, or that could have just been how I layered the paint. But I actually like the texture it's creating on the canvas itself. It's pretty interesting. I don't know how well you guys can get a look at that, but I wonder. Yep, it's still dripping off. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to attempt to make a space to let that dry on outside of my little tub, so that way I can do another one for you guys, and maybe use some different colors. Maybe try something different with the technique. Do a flip cup instead this time. I think that'd be pretty interesting to show you. So you get a different result every single time. I think that's why this particular style of painting is so much fun to me. It's not boring. It's messy and fun. I believe, come on. Perfect. And I, in fact, already got paint on my clothes. Told you guys, I'm a mess. Alrighty. Probably gonna double this up. This way. Perfect. Should work. I'm just gonna clear an area for that to sit and dry. I'm going to be very careful when moving this. You don't want to knock the painting off the cups that I've placed it on. Ah, I lost a cup. That's okay. Salvaged it. I salvaged it. Just be very careful when you move your painting so you don't mess up what you created. Alrighty. Reorganize these guys. On my handy dandy paper towels. Alright. If you went in this expecting not to get your hands messy, you are mistaken. Let's have a test of strength. See if plastic wrap is stronger than me. It's not. I guess that's not really a test of my strength. It would have been pretty sad if I failed. Alrighty. Pop that guy back on there. And now that we have paint in there with the cups, it seems like that's a little bit more sturdy than before, so that's good. I'm gonna stack these old guys out of the way and start anew. I usually like to keep it within like 3 colors, and then obviously you can do white or black as an accent color to add, or as a filler to add, but that's usually my max is like 3 colors. Now you can add as many as you'd like, you can layer as many as you want. It's really up to you. And it seems I've lost, nope, I've discovered my paint. They're all good. Let's see. Colors can we do now? I'm very partial to blues. I found I have a lot of blues, but I want something that's gonna be really bright. Let's do, I have some orange. So maybe we'll do some orange. And I have I have some yellow. And I have some red in a tube. So I think this guy is pretty low. Yeah, that'll work. It's gonna be a sunshine on this campus. Alright, and then we're just gonna follow the recipe again. Holy crap. So apparently 2 hours ago, the petition to remake season 8 hit 1 million signatures. I mean, I understand why. I truly do. I just don't foresee it actually being something that they can do. At least not with maybe the same actors and actresses. Just because I feel like there's like contracts, you know, everything involved. Like they might be obligated to be doing another movie or another show or something like that. So I highly doubt that if they do remake season 8, it would contain the same people as before, which would make me pretty sad, because then it's like a whole decade down the drain. Or however long it's been. Maybe not a whole decade, but we've been going at this for 8 seasons, man. Okay, glue, that's enough. I think this time I'm gonna add a bit more of the silicone than I did. Or actually, I did pick up something different to use instead of the liquid silicone. It's almost like a, oh, where'd it go? There it is. It's a spray lubricant. Try this out instead and see if the cells come out better or different, larger maybe. That would be cool. Stirring stick. Alright, and I think it's time for us to add some water. I'm kind of debating though, actually maybe adding in that dark red paint and adding a little bit more glue so it's still the equal parts of the recipe, 1 to 2. just because I like this color, but I want to see actually maybe if we can make like a different shade of red. Let's go for it. There are no rules. That's the greatest part. And I will say, if this is the type of style of painting that you're going to be doing, like consistently or often, I would suggest probably initially buying larger bottles of paint than just getting like the tiny little bottles with the 2 fluid ounces, just because depending on the size of the canvas that you're using, you're going to be needing a lot of paint. That's the one downside I think to this this style. It's just the amount of paint that you will go through is kind of ridiculous. And a lot of it, as you can see, is runoff, so it's worth it, but at the same time, kind of sad. And I think we got a nice, pretty red-orange color, which is interesting. I think it go nicely with the lighter yellow that I have and the pumpkin orange that I have. Alright, I'm going to put some water, if I can find it, in here. And that's a half parts of the water. So 1 part paint, 2 part glue, and half a part water. Distilled water if you can. Yes, perfect consistency that we're looking for, which is great. That guy over there. And let's grab our yellow. And this is light yellow. I actually didn't know it was titled light yellow, and I think I actually called it light yellow, so that's kind of funny. It's really bright. It's more like pastel than anything, I think. Glue. I wonder with how poorly people feel GOT was written, if anyone's gonna go actually see that new Star Wars movie. They're supposed to be writing as well. Alright. Make sure this has all of the red off of it. I'll tell you what, the runoff that's in the pan right now looks pretty cool, actually. I think hopefully I'll have time to do another one after this and just show both techniques. I want to do a dirty pour and I also want to do a flip cup. Although the flip cup one kind of terrifies me just because it requires me to balance the canvas with a cup of paint on top of it after flipping it over on other cups. So we'll see if I can achieve that. Or I might just end up covered in paint by the end of my stream. Alrighty, some water. This one is good to go as well. Get my napkin ready to go. Alrighty. That is probably the one thing that sucks about this style, I guess, is that it does take a little bit of time. Because you have to sit here and make each individual cup. And I guess if you get into the habit of doing this more, or know that you're going to be doing it more often, like I stated before, by getting those larger bottles of paint and whatnot, you can probably just make your own individual like fluid paints and store those in those bottles with the caps on them so that you can just shake them up, use those. As long as it's sealed and doesn't allow it to dry, I don't foresee why you wouldn't be able to. And our 2 parts glue, and I might actually have to get the other bottle. Tell you what, I think out of everything that I got today for this project, the glue was probably the most expensive, and disappointingly enough, Michaels did not sell the all glue in a like bulk glue bottle. I actually had thought that I had a giant thing of glue for this very purpose, and it turns out I must have been in a rush when I was at the store the last time I went, because I in fact did what I told you all not to do and bought a giant thing of Elmer's school glue. So don't be like me, pay attention, get the glue all, that's what you need, it's what's gonna work. But at least I caught myself. I paid attention. Now mix it up. For some reason these colors, I don't know if it's just because I've been watching a lot of it lately, but it's reminding me of Naruto. Specifically this color orange. It's very familiar. water in this one. That's probably it. There we go. And the one that we just did a little bit ago, it seems to be drying okay. Looks pretty cool so far. I think for this one, I'm gonna do the dirty pour technique. Ooh. And essentially, it just means you're gonna pour everything into one cup, layer your paints, and then you can pour it however you'd like on the canvas itself. Napkins. I'm gonna have to take pictures after my little art station once this is done. Show you guys the mess I've created. Should have named it Messy Paint Saturdays. Alrighty. We do have to do white again as well, actually. Just remember that. Get some white. And then be ready to start again. I feel like these are the perfect bottles. I would say if you're gonna do this a lot, to just get paints this size, if you can. Be cheaper than continually buying the smaller 2 fluid ounces over and over again. You are trash, like my soul. Alright. We want 2 parts glue to our 1 part paint. And it's kind of hard to see the white come together just because you're putting glue that's white on top of white paint. So once you have the consistency, like I said, the way it's supposed to be, you'll know it's ready. And if not, you can't tell because it's both white. Water. I'm gonna do a 1/2 part water. actually slightly worried I might not got enough glue to do this. Or at least do another one after this. I think I have a smaller canvas, so maybe we'll just downgrade a little bit to hopefully be able to do another one. Okay. Slide that over there, and let's grab another empty cup. This way we can go ahead and layer the paints. I put white down as the base first. Pour a little bit of red. And I'm going to try to pour this kind of in the center of the white. There it goes. And do a little bit of... Actually, I have to do our spray. I want to get those cells, so... Put that on the top and do our next layer. Alright. Hit it with a little bit of spray again. And let's get some more white in there first. Let's go back in with yellow. Alrighty, so now that we've layered our paint, or the dirty pour, like I said, you get to do whatever you want. I think for mine, I'm just going to do it in like circles almost, or like puddles spaced out on the canvas, and then that way I can tilt it around and kind of spread it out the way that I want to. So yeah, just go ahead and get started. And you'll see as you pour, your colors will start to come out. ran out of room on the napkin. It's alright. Go. I have paint caking off my fingers. So now we get to pick it up and move it around. Uh-oh. Some malfunctioning happening here. There it goes. Alright. Okay. So that's what we have so far. I think this time what I'm going to do is hold back a little bit farther from the canvas with the heat gun and see if that makes any changes as well. Get all this excess paint off my hands first. Alrighty. He's not hot and he's not steaming anymore, so I think that's a good sign. Put on low again. Okay, so I noticed from far away it wasn't really doing much, but when you stay kind of close, it helps pull like the underneath the layers up. Bring them back to the surface. There it goes. see more white come through right there on the red. That's pretty cool. Alright. So you can see some of those cells like I'm talking about are forming right there. Go ahead and relocate this guy. And then, like I said, I think I'm gonna have to grab a smaller canvas for the next one. Alright, now we're gonna move this one over here. For some drying time. And no cup stuck to the bottom, so that was nice. Made it fairly easy. That's pretty cool. If you guys want to take a look at the inside of our runoff pan. All those pretty colors. I mean, if anything, might have enough paint in here at the end to just flip a canvas into the bottom and just try and use some of that runoff. See what we get from that. I was wondering what I was rolling over. Okie dokes. Or we might have to do that for this one, depending on how much glue I have left to make some more paint. Alrighty. Let's get our smaller canvas out. Perfect. Reorganize these cups there a little bit closer. So we've got a smaller canvas to work with now. Trash pile. Alright, I still have some paint left. And if I do, that one's trash. Okay. Alright, so I have fairly little left of those guys, a little bit more of the orange. So I'm just gonna try and make maybe like one or two other colors to go with this. Well, we have Ocean Breeze, which is a pretty color. I think would look decent with the ones we still have a little bit left of. Which is probably fairly similar to one of the other colors we've already used, but like I said, I'm partial to blues. Blue's my favorite color. Stirring stick. Oh no. Seem to have lost it. Oh, nope, it's underneath. There we go.
Mic off. Mic on. Mic off.
Alright, so which white do we have? We have a decent bit of white. Well, I think I have enough glue to do one other color. So what can we throw in here? We could do I have a fuchsia. Could put fuchsia in it. It's like a Barney color, but it'll work. The recent episode of Superstore was intense. I would have liked to watch that. I like Superstore. What happened this time though that was so crazy? Although I don't know if it was last episode that released, but the one where like it's the daughter's quinceañera was absolutely hilarious. I loved every moment of it. I'm like slightly worried that the paint on my hands might be a little wet when I like move my hair. Getting paint in my hair. But I guess that's okay. Hopefully it comes out. Watch it, it's not funny though. Aw, that makes me sad. So it was a serious thing that was going on then. Did someone die? I hope no one died. Maybe. Well, crap, maybe Got can take a lesson from Superstore and not be afraid to kill someone off. Or kill people off, I should say. He needs some water. Instead of he needs some milk, get it? Haha. I'm hilarious. And I think that is ready to go. Let's see. If anyone's watching and they're not already subscribed, please do so. And then also ring the bell if you'd like to be notified, you know, any updates of videos or when I go live, things like that, if you want more content. And then don't be afraid to say hi if you're watching. I can multitask, I promise. Maybe. It'll be fun to watch me try. Get another empty cup for this one. Well, I'm slightly nervous. I don't know if I'm going to have anything left after this last one, as far as supplies to get me through doing another painting for you guys. So we'll see. We'll see what I have. Alright, I'm going to layer this one a little differently. And actually, we're going to put the silicone drops on these guys. Now I'm not gonna mix this in. I'm gonna set this right on top. Close that before it spills. Alright. We're gonna put our Barney fuchsia color on the bottom. I think we'll go orange next. And we'll do blue. It's okay, we got a little bit on the canvas. It'll run off. Do some red. And put a little bit more. Fuchsia on the top. add in our yellow. Back to blue. Get some more orange. Let's see if there's any more red we can squeeze out of there. Slowly but surely. Okay. Add a little bit of white. Red, black, white, over and over. I can do one of those next time, I think. Would be cool, just to see those colors. I know those are Joe's favorite colors, so that's what he's rooting for. I think I got, yep, just a little bit of blue left. Okie dokie. Try and find a napkin. Perfect. Dry my fingers off real quick. Now this technique is the flip cup, obviously. What you're going to do is take your canvas, you're going to balance it wherever you want. I'm going to try and do center here. Like so. Flip over. Set it down. And that's okay, some already started to come out. And you're going to release. I think this one turns out really pretty. Alright, now we get our hands dirty again. I'll tuck the hair back. Start spreading that paint around. So let it drip down a little bit more. Look at that. Very pretty. Cover up my little boo-boo there on the side. And my fingers. It actually looks like drip a little bit more down this guy. Just fill in that side over there. All right. So That looks pretty cool. I like this one. I think the colors came through really good, really good. To magically get a napkin again. This one's pretty cool because it's like a mix, like some morph between the first two, just from sharing some of those colors. So I'm hoping with this one, by doing the silicone the way that we did, maybe we'll see some more cells come through. So, goodness, everywhere. Are you not entertained? I'm pretty entertained. I like this stuff. Alright. This one's really cool. I like this one a lot. Just brought a lot of those little cells and bubbles up to the surface. I'm hoping we'll get some really close-up shots. Oh goodness, could have been dangerous. Some close-up shots on these so you can see a little bit closer what I'm talking about. Just because I don't know if it's coming across from this far away. But this one's really pretty. Those colors work really well together too. Alright, let me see how much we have here. Okay, we have a little bit of glue. So I could probably make 2 more colors with that. However, I think I have completely toasted out of these guys. I still got a little bit of white in there, but these 3 are bye-bye. Let me yet again see if I can make room for this to dry somewhere. There you guys go. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like this one. I appreciate that. I think this one's my favorite so far out of the 3. And like I said, I mean, it's hit or miss. You're basically like throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing what you get. But they're fun to do. And really, I mean, it's not that you can do anything wrong with them, because even the ones that we did before are drying and they look pretty cool. Definitely still getting Naruto vibes from that red, orange, and yellow one. Alrighty, just move the paint out of the way. hope you guys can't see the mess that I have here on the ground. Okie dokie. Just be very careful when you're moving your painting. The longest part about this whole process is essentially dry time. You basically want these to be able to dry for 24 hours before you do anything with them. Like if you're gonna do a top coat on it, definitely have to wait for it to completely dry. And with all the layers of paint that you're using, it's it's definitely gonna take its time. Alright, so I'm gonna attempt to do one more using paints that I make, and then if anything, I'll try doing one out of the runoff paint that's in the drip pan. And we'll see what we get from those. I think the best part about this though is that if you have some of the supplies like the paint, you know, I mean I only spent maybe 20 bucks in total on things for my cups, glue, all that stuff to do this. So it's really not that expensive either. It's pretty fun. Grab. I think I'm gonna do a dark purple. Don't think I have enough of that one. Yeah, there we go. We'll definitely do dark purple then. And I have a metallic-y dark blue. Let's see if I have enough to make 2 more things of paint out of those guys. And I'll start putting some of these ones away. Make some more room for myself. Perfect. Alright. Let's get another little canvas. I mean, I've also seen people do these style of paintings, but they're even using canvases that they'd already painted something on and maybe just weren't happy with or wanted to change. So you can even reuse other canvases if you don't have any brand new ones to use. So that's something. It's like recycling but with paint. I can't seem to get my cups lined up the way I want them to for this one. There we go. Okay. Yes. Yes, the fun color for you is purple. And we're gonna get some purple in there. Is purple your fun color because it reminds you of wine? Is that what that is? I could see that making sense. Get some ice. It wasn't a diss. I was just merely, you know, forming a logical conclusion. Alright, and we need glue wall. It was a funny one, Joe. It's okay. try to leave that angled down in the hopes that more glue will run to the top. So we can get another color. Maybe. No! It's okay, guys. We were done with this glue anyway. But it did steal a little bit of our paint. So it makes me a little sad. And go. Perfect. So Godzilla poster Photoshop to make it. Oh Lord, he coming! That's great. You know, that trailer looks really good. I actually would be interested to go see that movie in theaters. Aw, I've already gotten paint all over the roll of paper towels. Oopsies. I'll just now knight those paper towel rolls for the sake of painting. It's fine. We did successfully make one new color of paint. So there's something. Let's attempt to get a new blue onto the playing field. Let's see if I can get this to come out a little faster. There we go. Enough in here. Dude, he looks scary as crap though. When his when the mountain's helmet like thing or mask or whatever came off, he was seriously a zombie, basically. But like, I didn't like the whole like black sickly like detailing on his face. Kind of made me a little queasy. Not really my style. But no, he looked sick. In a good way. I was really happy with that fight actually between the Hound and the Mountain. They actually did the Hound justice in a sense, I feel. Like, unfortunately some of the other characters they didn't. But I actually read an interesting like fan thing to like a picture of Arya and the Hound, and it was something along the lines of like, you know, the Hound was a pretty like reckless character all the way up until the end, where he kind of actually made Arya see like, do you want to become this? So full of vengeance and or hate, I should say, for people. You're willing to just die uselessly. You kind of got her to discreetly check him off her own list and also save herself. Just add a little bit more glue. I hope we can get some out. It's like almost there on the consistency of pancake batter, but just not enough. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we successfully got 2 new colors. So that's good. I think adding the silicone onto the top of the paint cup and not stirring it in actually helped us a little bit in getting those cells that I'm looking for. I'm going to try and layer these a little bit closer. I want to try to have little peekaboo pops of these colors come out with what's left in here. So I hope that we can get something. It's a slow, slow drip. Alright, that one's gone. little bit faster, so I might get some more of this. Alright, go back in with the dark blue. That pretty dark purple. Almost. Some white. Make sure it's still the consistency we're looking for, and it is. Alright, now I finish pouring in the rest of this blue on the top. There's a little bit left of this fuchsia, or Barney as I like to call it, color. Okay. Let's go ahead and do Aw, love to you too. We're gonna go ahead and pour in on top of the white circles that I started with this and see what we get. just gonna kind of bring that paint down and cover the white right there that I see. Cover up the boo-boos in a way. Alright, get some more napkins. So much paint. So much paint. This one looks pretty cool too. Alrighty, my hands are somewhat clean, somewhat. Let's hit it with the blow dryer. Ha ha ha. I'm just kidding, we're gonna use a heat gun. It's pretty cool because we layered the bottom, or actually just directly on the canvas with some puddles of white, and I can see these tiny little flecks coming through to the top of the surface. And it's that white that we put down first. Let's see if we can get a close-up on this one as well. After I finish this little bit. Alright. See if we can get a close-up on that one. Just want you guys to see those little bits of the white that are popping up from the base. It's a little bit harder to see. It's getting there. There's a lot of different hues. So I'm definitely, once these are completely dry, Autumn, I swear if you step on one of these paintings, sweet girl, we're gonna have problems. I know. She's upset that I haven't played with her. But once these dry, I'm gonna take some completed photos of them and put them up on Twitter. And if you're not already, go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you'd like. That's where I post updates about my channel. And it's DoodleTay TV. And I'm gonna try and make another spot for this guy without boxing myself in with wet canvases everywhere. We'll see. I think I might have enough paint that hasn't dried completely yet in the drip pan to go ahead and do one more canvas just to see how that kind of turns out. I'm curious, just because you'll do a lot of these and notice that you have just so much runoff paint. It's almost like a waste. So if there's any way to kind of utilize that still and get, you know, every bit out of it, I say why not. So worst comes to worst, you can always just paint over that canvas or do something on top of it. if you don't like what comes about. That's probably going to be my my last one once I do that, just because I don't unfortunately have enough supplies to make more paint. Which was a good lesson for me to learn. It's good to have more than less. So, but we'll definitely stock up before next Saturday. Haha. If I can get this to lay down. Alrighty. Perfect. I'm going to attempt to make more room here. Just because I know I gotta get these cups out of here. And they are gonna be covered in paint. Alright. Oh, wonderful. When in doubt, I somehow always prepare for myself. I have a trash bag. So we'll just toss those oh goodness. No! Oh no. Well, be careful where you fling the trash bags, guys. Cause well, we just created a new painting with the blue one that I just did. It's okay. That's the wonderful thing about art. It's subjective. Completely subjective. But the other ones are okay, so it actually kind of looks cooler. That was just an epic fail. That's fine. Yes, Joe, that was hilarious. Yes. Laugh at my pain. Alright. Let's get this guy out of here. Like I said, guys, this is messy stuff, so be prepared. I was not, apparently. Okay, well, we've successfully gotten the cups out of the drip pan. We're gonna get another little canvas. And this is probably gonna be the last one for today's stream. So let's see how this turns out. Alright, now I think, like I said, I'm literally just gonna kind of put this canvas down in here face down. Maybe just rub it in a little bit and see what we get with our runoff paint. Some really pretty colors in here now. I'm assuming however I lay this down on here, like whatever the look of the top of the coat is what's going to transfer onto the canvas. At least that's what we're hoping and going for. So kind of move it around to what you want it to look like. And we're just going to give this a shot. Oh, well see, you know, I don't think I got a good grade in physics anyway, so it's not like I would have known that. Um, but, I mean, hey, it looks pretty cool. It's definitely utilizing the leftover paint, that's for sure. The only thing I didn't think of is that I probably should have left those darn cups in here for it to sit on after I dipped. But that's okay. We'll just quickly put... Quickly, I say. Not very quickly. Put, watch where you're dripping, guys. If you're doing what I'm doing. Put these guys down real quick and lay this down. Kind of want to run off the edge here a little bit more. There it goes. Cool. The heat gun going. I just have to hold this one a little bit. Cool, there you go. So I guess we can confirm that you can use your runoff paint that's you know, left in the drip pan to continue to make some more pour paintings, which I didn't know. which I guess it makes sense that you could still do that, but at least it turned out pretty cool. These colors. I like it. Alright. So I think we're probably gonna just go ahead and stop here, I guess. Unfortunately, I didn't get enough glue to continue to make some more paint. And I've also run out of space on my floor to put my canvases to dry. So I will be posting pictures on Twitter if you'd like an update to see what they look like after they've finished drying a bit. So go ahead and follow me on DoodleTay TV, and if you'd like to see more content here, go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic Saturday. Happy Splatter Paint Saturday, and I will see you guys on Monday for another stream. Bye. Have a good day.